Hey Dreamers, today we're going to be building a homepage in Etch with automatic CSS as well. Let's take a look at the design here. It is pretty basic. Today we're not going to build the header in this video or the footer. So we're just going to start with the hero section and do the about us section and the services section, project section. We're also not going to do the testimonials section in this video. I'm going to leave that to a separate video because if you notice, it has a carousel. So we'll probably use something like Swiper.js. And I just want to show you in a separate video how easy it is to use third-party JavaScript libraries to create something like this in Etch. So that's basically it. So let's go ahead and dive in. So I have already set up automatic CSS. I've also set up a services custom post type. So this is going to be where I build all of my individual service pages. So I've just kind of put some placeholder stuff there. So let's go ahead and create the home page. Okay, so jumping back over to the design, if we kind of break this down, and I am in dev mode on Figma, I really enjoy using dev mode much better than kind of the content mode because it just gives you a better idea of how the designer laid it out. But even though this is how the designer laid it out, which I'm not saying it's probably a good thing, um, but it at least gives you an idea of like, okay, this is kind of like grouped together, this is grouped together. So so we're gonna need two different columns there. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna press Command K to open up this add elements kind of thing. I have told that this was kind of like a proof of concept that somehow leaked in or something, and it may or may not be going away. So just take that with a grain of salt. I really hope it doesn't, though. I use this all the time. Okay, so flex div, and then I'm going to need. So we're going to need to wrap the top part and the bottom part there. So let's do flex, another flex. And then in there, we're going to do a heading, paragraphs. Then throw those in this div. Boom. And I need it. Okay, and then on my right side, we're going to have div for the header and footer of the form. Okay, so section, we can name this. I just like to name this. I probably won't put a class on it. My thinking is I don't really put a class on everything. I don't need to. So if I don't need to, then I don't. Go ahead and name that hero container. It's going to be hero left. It's going to be the section intro. And kind of thinking ahead here, I probably am going to turn this section intro into a component. Because if you recall from the rest of the on the other sections of the page, we had the accent, we had the heading, we had the lead. We can go and explore that here in a second. Customer wrapper. What am I typing? Right. And then this is going to be like form. My form header. And then my form. Okay. So when I'm building out a page, what I will tend to do is just kind of go by like what's easiest first. I don't go like step by step by what you see on the page. I kind of go like by what's easiest for me first to just lay out, get a good grasp of what we're doing here, and then go at it that way. So here I'm going to use a recipe. Basically, it's just question mark, and then you type whatever you want for your recipe. So in that instance, I used flex row, and that gives me the two columns here. happened to my other paragraph? It's kind of weird. Okay, so what do we have here? We have section intro, we have heading left. Okay, so let's give this a class section intro. And then what are we gonna do here? So section intro has a heading, has an accent, heading, accent, and a lead. So let's go ahead and say color, white, and then I realize that's gonna make that disappear. I also realized I forgot my background image, so let's do this. And then in automatic CSS, we have a cool feature where we can assign this a class called is BG, and that's going to make that a background. Then make that image there. I've already need prep for this video just to save you guys some eyesore. Okay, and then on the hero section, we're going to need to add a class. Let's do an overlay class that is also an ACSS feature. So it's overlay. Let's check here. So here's another nice thing about dev mode is if I just go into dev mode and I click section, it's going to show me background bar, neutral transparency 60. So my class name is going to be overlay, neutral, trans, 60. That should work. Yes, it does. Okay. So we got white text here. This is my accent. So let's go ahead and give this a section intro accent. Here we're going to need a color. Oops. Just did. Color is primary. There's somewhat of a bug. So whenever you type primary, the list that comes up shows you dark at first. So if you just press the up arrow one time, it'll bring you to the standard primary. Order is -1 because we want it to be ahead of, we want it to be on top of the heading visually, but structurally we want our heading, our H1, to be the first thing that we that in the DOM, basically. Okay, so let's give this some more styles. So we're going to need a text transform, and that's going to be uppercase. And then let's see here. Let's go back to our design. Let's see if we can get this right for once. Okay, so if I click this, and I'm going to go ahead and click this too, it's going to copy the text to my clipboard. So yeah, we got primary. It's a font weight of 100, size of 21. And it's the inter font, so that tells me it's not going to be a heading, which I wouldn't make that a heading anyways. Uppercase font weight. That font weight looks much bigger than 400. And then let's do a font size of text L. Well, it's about right. So text medium is the default, and it's bigger than the text. It's bigger than our body text. So I think that's right. Okay. And then our heading, and then everything else is styled. We don't even need to add a class to these. Maybe whenever we componentize it, we will. But right now, there's no need to. If you don't need to style it, don't add a class. Don't make more work for yourself. So let me copy this text here. Actually, I'd like to do it here. It's much easier. And then I'll copy this text here as well. There we go. Just so we kind of get some copy going. Okay, so now let's kind of structure our form header. So I'm gonna need a class for this for sure. So going on. Why is my grabber stuck? what's going on. Let's just refresh this, I guess. I've never seen that before. Okay, so form header. Let's see, what is this? I don't need a hero. Probably just gonna do header. Okay, and then we're gonna do a background color. And I just realized that I have my structure panel open. Oops. So I don't know if you've seen over here already, but basically everything is one-to-one and synced. So that is pretty nice. So let's do a padding space M. I don't know, it's hard to tell without the text in there. Which, speaking of text, let's go ahead and get that in there. Probably, I guess we could do a heading. Form header, okay. Color, white. And a heading is H2, sure. Space M, that looks about right. I mean, we've got like this much space here, and then we've got like this much space here. So, I mean, that looks about, visually, it looks right to me. And so let me just copy this text up here, your free estimate today. And then that's going to allow us to this free, and I'm just going to use inline CSS for this because I don't really see a point in doing a class just for one property. I think I can do that. I can't. Okay, that's fine. All right, get your free estimate today. Great. Okay, so that's looking good. That's looking good. Let's do this guy, form wrapper. Just happened again. What am I pressing to do? Form wrapper, background, color is white. Let's just give this a height 500 pixels just so we have something to kind of work with. And actually, I'm going to go a little bit bigger because I think my form's going to be a little. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have a gap here. We want to get rid of that. So now I'm going to do my hero right. I'm going to do a gap of 0. Perfect. So going back to the design, we have, this is on 3 lines here. So our gap is a little bit bigger. And I think there's definitely, I definitely know, there's a way, I don't know where I have to click to get it, but there's a way to see what this gap actually is. I think if I click here, there we go. So it says it's just container gap. Perfect. So let's go back to here. My hero container, I need a gap of container gap. And that should be good. It definitely made it wider, but it didn't. I think my screen's just too wide right now. Okay, cool. So what do we have left for this section? Really, all we have, I'm going to worry about right now. I'm not going to worry about the form right now. So let's move on to this section here. And that's going to be pretty easy. So like, let's just kind of inspect this here for a second in Figma. So we got one big wrapper, and then three little guys, and then a space, and then another two pieces of text. So probably what I would do is I'm going to wrap this as a whole, which we already have, and then I'm going to wrap, and then I'm going to create a div to wrap these guys, and then another div to wrap this. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we go, customer wrapper. And then what did I say? I needed div, customer wrapper, div. Let's do avatar wrapper. Then this will be stats wrapper. Sure. Okay. Then let's go text. And then here is images. So let's just put 3 images down on paper, and then we'll all right, there we go. So how do I want to do this? Let's do this. Let's go customer wrapper. This is going to be a flex row. Help to spell flex row. Okay, perfect. And this is going to be avatar wrapper. This is going to be a flex row also. Perfect. And this is lined up good, so we'll worry about that in a minute. Let's see here. So what do I have to do here? So I'm definitely going to need a position relative and a position absolute. Let's see. Media, I guess. I don't know. And don't worry too much about that. All right. So let's just give this a height 60px and a width 60px. And then let's check our design, see what it actually is here. Do I need another? Okay, and then I'm going to delete these, just restart. But why? What did I do? Not filling. Okay, so we're going to do an object fit. And then let's do a border radius because they're circles. So x and border of solid white 2 pixels. I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and get some pictures here. I didn't take the pictures from the design. I just grabbed some that I already had. But that should be okay. This isn't the website that I'm building here is more of like a template that we're gonna go and probably like resell to multiple clients. So I'm really not too here. Okay, so let's go back here. I want to kind of get this going. Okay, so I think this is the one that needs to be position relative. Then I think these need to be positioned. Yeah. Salute. Okay. And how do I want to do this? There's a couple of ways we could do this. So let's see if I can figure out what the overlap is. 10 and 10, maybe? I think that's what that's saying. I have no idea though. I think that's what that's saying. So let's go back here. So if it's 10 and we're at 60, so my position absolute, the first one doesn't matter. That one's in the right spot. So let's focus on, I think the way that I want to do this, there's a couple ways we could do this. One, we could do like classes. Since there's only 3, I think this will work. I think using nth child would be fine. So it's going to be nth child 1. It's going to be, so what do we want to do? We want left 50 pixels. Order this. No, or it won't do anything. Okay, so that looks good to me. Let's do another nth. Type again. To left. Is this the way I want to do this? Pixels. I wonder if, since we're in here, I wonder if what I could do is like make this a variable and do the math. Let's do this. No, it's gonna be z index 2. Okay. So there's that. Let's come back here and let's say height 60px, width. And so they're positioned absolute. I can't do like a 100%. Those not going to be supported. 6, 12, 18 minus 2. I could do 160 pixels. 60 pixels. So what? Calc? So what would that be? 63? It's 60 times 3, 310. I don't understand how that's mathing. Why is this mathing like this? That's doing the right thing. What would I do? Calc 30? Minus calc 30? Did I do this wrong? Never remember the syntax for cup. This isn't. Oh, duh. I need pixels. I need pixels. Duh. Yeah, that still didn't work. So then what would I do? Is it would just why doesn't it like this? 60 pixels times 3 is 180. Like that. I don't. I'm gonna come back to this. 'Cause I don't know what I'm wrong here, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. Okay, so avatar wrapper, fine. Height here is also 60px. Why is this? Avatar. What did I do wrong? I definitely did something wrong. Hmm. What? It's just the gap. It doesn't. It doesn't has a huge gap. But wouldn't this fix that? No, that's not it. Yeah, but I don't. Hmm. I don't know what's giving it this gap. Forget to do something. Okay. So as a stat, and we'll say really I can just do this. Hmm. Wait, it's already white. All right, let's switch over here and let's check this out. 18 enter normal. So that should be it. So we just need a stat. Avatar. Stat. It's gonna be Whoa. What am I doing? Color. Primary. Bug. Okay, so that's a little bit bigger. So let's do font size. You know what? I bet this is. Let's go back to our thing here. 32. 30. I was going to say, let's just use the H3. Can I do that here? 600. Okay. My text's going to be. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's reduce this gap down a bit. Sure. We'll probably come back to this and need to optimize it. Okay, what's left here? In hero left, we need this to be class. And this is going to be there might be it's not okay. Oh, okay. So I need to wrap this in it. No, no. I don't. Show as an undo. I don't need to wrap this in a div. This is the div. I need to take this out of the div. That's what's wrong. There we go. Okay. So this is looking good. I'm going to take this. Looking good. Okay. So I think that's about it for this section. Like I said, we will come back and do the form later, maybe. I mean, it's just going to be a short code embed. So I might not even. Okay, so let's close this section and then let's add a section. Let's save it. Add a section. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so let's take a look at this section. So this section is going to be super simple. 2 columns with an image. That. So what is it? 2 columns, image, repeat our section intro with no lead. So should we go ahead and build a component? That's what I'm wondering. I think we might want to. Yeah, let's build a component. That'll be easy. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this a component. So how do I want to do this? I think maybe we'll copy. Let's copy. Okay, so what are we gonna need? We need. So what I'm gonna do is first build out what we need to do up here. Sorry, I was on the other screen. I copied, basically all I did was copy that section. Okay, so I wrapped this accent in a div. It's to be accent wrapper, and you'll notice that it messed up my icon. I had no work. It was right, wasn't it? And then we can get rid of this order, which will mess up this for now, but we'll own it. Once we finish this component, we'll come back, put the component up here, and then it will put the component up there, and it'll relieve itself. So, okay, so what do we need here? So, oh, I'm gonna hide my styles panel. I didn't realize it was up. My screen's so big. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, create component. Let's see, we're gonna need a boolean as icon. So we're gonna boolean for text and then we're gonna need Accent text. Heading. Text. Text. Now, on this site, so far all of my sections have at least an accent text. It's more so if they have the icon or not. So, ooh, and I'm just looking at the design. If I want to use this again down here, text changes. So I'm not sure if I want to go that far with this component or just make that its own thing and not section intro. I think that's probably what I'll do. Let's just make this its own thing and not section intro. So let's see here. Okay, so we have all this. Do. So here, let's do. So this is props dot. So we need to map the um we need to map the properties to this. Let's just do about us and then oh yeah, and the icon doesn't change either, so we're not gonna. I would normally with SVG or an image prop or media prop for this, but we don't need that, so it's fine. So we'll skip that. So props dot text. How do I want to do the text dark? I think what I want to do is this. We're going to create a new class, section intro dark. It's going to be color. Should work. And then wrap in a condition. And condition is props dot dark text. It's gonna work. So I can't put the if here. What do I do? Section dark. Disappeared because it's not true, but I just need to add the class. Pretty sure I can't. It's about. I can't put it in. It's to be. Apply it. don't want to duplicate this, but I could. I guess it's going to be the easiest way. But why did that disappear? I think that's right. Doesn't need brackets. Got it. So true. Wait, what? It's backwards. Did I put it backwards? False. True. Then this one is wrap this in a condition. This one is has icon. No. Condition there. So this is a condition. Shows the icon. Copy this. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable. Just did. It's not my. I don't like duplicating, but I think I have to do it though. So welcome to construct. Heading. So what I try to do is like if I get stuck somewhere, instead of like just dwelling on it, I'm just gonna move on and come back to it. Okay, so let's come back to this now. If that has icon, it's true. If props don't have true, sure. Okay, got it. All right, perfect. So then accent text, blah, this, and then the other thing I'm seeing is sometimes it's aligned left, sometimes it's centered. So how should I tackle that? I mean, normally what I like to do is like put glasses on stuff, select. So I would do like select center, select this, display flex direction is correct. I think I can. So I'm trying to think if there's a better way. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one. So what that is, so it's a left because I can't put a prop in CSS yet. That's not supported. So I normally would do a class. So it would this. It would be something like this. Section intro. Center would be section. True. Something for this, but do it anyways. Okay. So then what I do is take this class for section intro, 9 items, center. left. Did I delete that? I did. Type center, does it? This doesn't go anywhere. Wait, but it should. So why did that not work? Either way, this is what I would do. It's props dot props dot alignment. Sector center. Why? Is that not what I just used? Is it align self? It's not justified. What did I just do? Oh. What did I just do? So why is it not working? Oh yeah, that's why. Duh. See, another reason why I duplicate something. And so in hindsight, I should have just done a select. I should have done what I just did for this. Let's give this icon some spacing. So in the wrapper, we're gonna do a gap of yeah, that looks good. Okay. Card gap's probably not the right thing to do. So let's just do space small. Variable save. Exit. Okay. Back to our design. So that's our component. Actually, I need to section intro is the component. So let's put this in. Delete. Uh, so we're going to say light on. Welcome Welcome to Construct Expert Remodeling. Okay. This is going to be line left. Heading text. It has an icon, it has that, it's left. Okay. So now, back on track here. Should have framed this out, but I wanted to do components so bad. So we're going to do two divs, one for the left side, one for the right. It's going to go in here, and then we're going to do I need a figure. I really need to get better at holding control so that it goes. Okay. Good. I'm just contemplating if I should just do this like a general. Like a 2-column. Oh. I always get those confused. Okay. So it's looking good. Should have done a has lead, but that's fine. Be a big deal. So under the, yeah, we'll just count one as a lead. Doesn't matter. A. Where's the wrap in a list? Because I don't know how. Away. Let's get some progress. Very good. Okay, so we need this. We need a link. Some more text. I could have sworn there was a convert to list, but I guess not. So what we'll do, let's do a flex div. Okay. So here's what we'll do. We'll do some emit. Click on list. Li. No. SVG. Li dot. Li dot The hell's the class? Do this. Do I want the SVG in this? List item. SVG. List icon. And then we'll do times 3 times 3. Expand this to make it times. It's okay. I think if I do this. Hello list. Broke that. Okay, that's fine. Just do this. SVG in there. This in list. Oh, what am I doing wrong? Okay. Must be like so tired or something like what's going on. Wow. And I've been on a different screen this whole time. So sorry. Must be exhausted. Okay. So basically what I've done is I used emit to create. So I've put a flex box here to hold the list. I have a list item, and an SVG. Don't that SVG in here, so for now I'm just going to use the building. Swap that back to production. Okay, so sorry about that. Justify content. Nope. Okay. Okay, let's hurry this up. Button primary. Perfect. Really sorry about being off of the screen for so long. I wasn't paying attention. Click me. No. Let's get a free quote. And so this is where I would go and compare the buttons. So like my buttons are a little bit taller in the design. So what I'm gonna do is open automatic CSS. I believe this is the first time we've used a button on here. And we'll do block 0.75? 1? 1 looks right. Okay. And then we'll worry about the hover later. Okay, and this guy. I'm sure some of you are going to be wondering, like, why I went generic here and not here. Couldn't tell you. It's so weird that there's not a space around. So, right, this is a column. Justify content. It's actually space between. Okay. So that's good. That's lined up. So we're done with that section. That was easy. So now let's do another section. I always like to close my section. Done. Section. Okay. So let's see what we got here. Our next section. Orange background. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one. Now this is our next to last one. Um, let's I think I can crank this out super fast. So let's go ahead and just do the project section, and then we'll come back to that other one. Project section. In section intro. Don't do need a container. Okay. I was gonna say I don't think I need a container, but I do. It has an icon, has dark text, centered. Objects. Ooh. To figure out why that's not centered. Maybe in a different video, what we'll do is we'll come back through, we'll debug it, make it more perfect, and then do mobile. Yeah, because we're already at an hour and 15, and I want to show you the cards. Okay, so this, and then we need another container, and then we need really only need for the way that I'm probably gonna do this. So let's do grid. Project grid. In this div, image. I think I can just do it this way. Pretty sure I can. So let's do display grid. Is it auto? I want templates. It's a grid template. So we're gonna 2FR 1. Do I Pretty sure I can make this work. 2FR, 1FR. What's wrong with this? Man, I gotta go to bed. Can't think anymore. Um, why is this not working? It's not auto comms though. It's not. What am I doing wrong, guys? It's still doing it. Not again. It's not the problem. I would say we'll move on, but wrap this in a div. I don't want users looking at this like this guy's a dumbass, but one, I'm exhausted. No excuse, but what am I doing? Sure. What is going? They're up. I gotta investigate this. I don't know what's going on. So why is project so? Should it be because it's on a container? What's this do? Oh, that actually might be why. No, it's a container. Is it Dude, this is why I'm so tired. This is how you know I'm so tired. Project meeting. So stupid. But now there's no gap. It's here. Oh, brother. Okay, so now if we duplicate this, that is not correct. So do do is make this be a row. So I can make this be odd and even rows. That's the way I'll. So let's rename this to be project row. We'll say child is odd. Should work. And in grid template 1FR 2FR. Beautiful. Let's put the images in. I mean, I can't even find the image. I'm so tired. All right, so let's hide interface. I think we're going to have to tackle that. So in the next video, after I get some sleep, we're going to tackle this section. So but what we did today was this section, and this section. In the next video, we'll tackle section, and then we'll do a video for the slider and header and footer, and then this page will be done. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you in the next one.